I'm not one to want to beat a dead horse in the head, if that's the saying, because I know the story has been covered for the last few weeks, by everybody. I even did a story about how people need to put respect on Travis Hunter's name and his family because they tried to go after his mama and they tried to go after his daddy, on social media and on news outlets. And I was trying to say, hey, y'all taking what she said and how and what his dad did, y'all taking it all wrong. So you need to back up off the young boy. And then I kind of tried to give his fiance, you know, a little grace because they was beating her up on some things she said. But as time went on and get to watch some of her clips and what people are saying, and then start to think about things that I know and that I've heard growing up, I was wondering, I thought to myself, there may be an angle that people are not taking. So let's watch this video and maybe you can understand what I'm talking about. Uh, First, let's give a little context first before we get into that. We want to know who exactly is Travis Hunter's fiance. So I went to People magazine and it said, who is Colorado Buffaloes player Travis Hunter's fiance? All about Leanna Lenee or Lenee. Okay. And so scroll through it a little bit. Don't really want to read it all. It tells you what she's a Sagittarius, but it says she was born November 2001. Hunter was born in 2003. Now he was born in May of 2003. So technically they are not even 2 years apart, maybe like a year and a half, give or take apart. Yeah, about a year and a half apart. So she's like not that much older than he is. Now, maybe if you was in high school or junior high, you might think a year and a half, 2 years is a big gap. But the older you get, you kind of realize that's like yesterday. Let's say she went to Kennesaw State University. Say Lenee graduated from Kennesaw State University with her bachelor's degree in 2022. She revealed on an Instagram post that same year that she finished her 4-year degree in just 2 years. So she's not a dummy. She got some good book sense. If she got a 4-year degree, hell, any 4-year degree, that means she's determined to do what she feels she needs to do. That takes sacrifice to be able to graduate in 2 years. And hell, it's sacrifice to graduate 2 years with a 2-year degree, let alone a 4-year degree. It says Lenee was 19 years old when she and Hunter met. Okay, let's say TikTok in March 2022. It said, what it say? It feels like what it feels like when God allows you to meet a man of your dreams at 19, and every night together for the past 3 years has felt like a sleepover with you, with your best friend. Now, remember Travis Hunter was, trying to defend this girl on Twitch or one of his Instagram accounts social media accounts while he was playing a video game. And said they'd been together 5 years, but they hadn't been together 5 years. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it, like say 3, 4 years. That's good. But he tried to say 5, but come on now, don't try to, you ain't gotta embellish the story trying to make your point. That's not a good look. Cause in this People magazine article, it says she and Hunter started dating in 2022, which is about 2 years ago. It said it took the couple a few months to get together, but they started dating in February 2022. So it'll be like 3 years coming up in the next couple of months. Hunter confessed in a YouTube video with Lenee in October 2022 that he shot his shot on Instagram. She ended up not responding for about 2 months, and when she did, she just wanted to be friends. Keep that in mind when we get to the points I'm gonna try to make. That she just wanted to be friends. The two proceeded to text for about another 2 months. However, things changed after Hunter accompanied Lenee to a friend's birthday dinner because she didn't want to go alone. Hunter said they've been in love ever since then. So was this the dinner party where he sat out in the car for hours while she went in there and partied with her homegirls? I doubt it. I don't know. That's still a strange part of the story. The pair has celebrated anniversary with posts on February 26th. Okay, so they started dating in February 26th. That's nice. That's nice. They said they got engaged in 2024. They announced their engagement in February 2024. Hunter popped the question with a dazzling ring featuring a diamond band. So they got a YouTube channel and yada 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 yada. Okay. Then it's like what I'm trying to get to. Okay, then kind of fast forward a little bit here where it says that she, like I said, defend fiance after attacks. I feel the same pain she feels. It say he defended his fiance, Leanna Lenee, from fans after they criticized her attitude during his Heisman Trophy celebration. We'll get into that. Here's another. But here's a part that kind of troubled me when he said he told the viewers on Twitch that his fiance cried herself to sleep and drank an OD amount. And everybody know what OD means, like overdose amount. But they put ODEE like it's a word. So I mean, well, maybe that's what how the kids are doing it, but saying it. But yeah, in the OD amount, we know what that means. Slang for extreme or a lot of alcohol following the backlash, which started after the Colorado Buffalo Star won the prestigious college football award on Saturday, December 14th. That's a red flag, young man. If nothing else, you don't want a 21-year-old or 22, 22. Hell, you don't want anybody, your woman, getting drunk because her feelings are hurt. That's not a good start to a relationship because she's only 23, 24. She's going to go through a lot in life, a whole lot. And if the way she copes is to drink herself to sleep at this age, y'all are going to have a lot of problems in your relationship. So this is something that you may not have wanted to tell people, but probably a good thing because maybe someone can say, hey, man, or maybe someone can say something to her and be like, hey, drinking ain't the way. You got to find other ways to cope with problems because drinking can turn to drugs and drugs can turn to addiction. And you know what I'm saying? It'll just snowball from there. So anywho, I don't want to say too much more about that little part, but let me go ahead and get to this video and give you my take on why I feel that it's quite possibly that she could have been a plant.
Okay, I'm going to be addressing all this stuff online because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not. But what's a testimony without a test of faith? So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. Um, but I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, "Oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was." That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home.
So she said he sat there in the DM until he was single. Did he DM you multiple times, or did you just take that one DM? I'm sure he wasn't the only person that had DM'd you on your social media page. So did he DM you once and then you saved it? I'm not sure how that works. I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, I know people message you. So yeah, did you save it, put a star by it, and then you just go back and revisit his page to see if him and this guy had broke up? Or you said he just sat there. So you're saying you didn't respond to him. So were you just sitting there waiting for him to become single? Again, the question is, could this young lady possibly be a plant? Let's continue.
wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women. So I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who was a SoundCloud rapper, and then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me.
Like I said, when you're young, a year and a half seems like an eternity, but man, that's just right around the corner.
And he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't.
So that there is another red flag. You first said that he was a man of God, and how, and the way he valued God, attracted you to him, attracted him to you, or what have you. You say your type is not a cheater because you're not a side piece, you're not a cheater. You don't deal, you're not the type of person because you don't want nobody to do that on you, but yet you turn right around and say Travis Hunter cheated on his girl. So if he cheated on his girl, why in the heck did you start dating him? Again, the question is it possible that this young lady is a plant? Now, I'm going to get to it later. Let's continue.
So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being. And that's why we're together. And that's why we're still together to this day. Um, so that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that started, but that's not get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the people in the field were like, let the family down, the opposing team get through the fences. Upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody. And then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, like celebrate where and yeah. Next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here? And off of a 7-second clip, they work for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social post ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our
Yeah, and I'm
friends?
not really tripping. I don't really trip on like clips. One thing why I don't like watching like Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that. And people make a whole story about, like she was saying in this clip, like little 7-second clips, because just like a picture, you can take a picture at the wrong time, and somebody could think you was a mass murderer or something like that. But you could have just, what I'm saying, just in an awkward position at the time, and who knows? Someone take a picture and totally blow it out of proportion. Same things with these quick clips. So I like watching. That's why I like watching like whole videos, and then I can get a good summary, and then I can come to y'all with like a shorter version of it, if possible, and then put the link in the description box so y'all can see it for yourself.
Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them. You could sit there, you can go in, and I just think the last thing, this actual Heisman ceremony, this is making me so mad
Now,
because
what she about to say, I agree with. I'm gonna let her go ahead.
anyone who knows me knows I support Travis in every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. So when his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up. Maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime. And I knew they were going to film that moment. And because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot. So I'm going to sit down. So I try to sit down so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are gonna be like, oh, why is she crying? Like, stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I
And that was my original take on that too. Like when I saw people say that Dion made her stand up, I'm like, that's not what that looked like to me. It looked like she stood up when he came to her. Like she was about to stand up anyway. Like he was like congratulating, being hyped, hit her on the shoulder, like, man, like I thought he said congratulations, but she said he said what I'm saying, go get your man or whatever. But like I say, she stood up and then did the thing. Now, guys, you talk about you want this submissive woman, submissive wife, what I'm saying, let you shine or what have you. And then y'all talk about it, but I don't think y'all really know what it is when you see it. I think that be the problem. Even with like sometimes with these ladies with the relationships they want with dudes, they claim they know what they want, but then they really don't recognize it when it's right there in their face. Dudes, like I say, if you got a woman now, I ain't saying she's like a what you call a virtuous wife or nothing like that. I don't know the woman too much, but from the stuff I see, it feels like they have over exaggerated a few things. But I say that to get back to this. Why do I think that it's quite possibly she could be a plant? Down here in Texas, no, I'll say like this. We've all heard stories of high school players trying to get scholarships, taking trips, tours to colleges, recruitment trips. And these coaches and these schools are trying their best to recruit these players. Remember the movie He Got Game? Jesus Shuttleworth. Remember we went to that PW, was it PW, primarily predominantly white institute, PWI, and these white girls was all on them. Then they like went to the room, slept with them, and all this kind of stuff. They had like a threesome with them, and however many girls it was at their school, right? But that wasn't made up. That was like truthful. I've talked to basketball players, and I'm talking about guys who didn't make it to the pros, probably made it to like little small colleges, football players who went to like small colleges, and they're talking about how they got recruited and how these females would be their quote unquote tour guide, or how even they went to the college and was going to school to get like these little small stipends and stuff. I mean, they talk about this stuff. So we've all heard those stories, but down here in Texas, especially in these small, I'm gonna say these small towns, the Booster Club is a little different. Now, y'all may have it where y'all at too, so y'all can let me know in the description box if y'all seen these things. But the Booster Club down here takes they 5-star athletes serious. They will, and this is I've heard from athletes, so what I'm saying, athletes who were, top notch players, because we've had a few that go pro down here. I've heard players say these booster clubs, they will send a girl to a player to keep him in line, to keep an eye on him, making sure he ain't getting caught up with these females, ain't getting caught up with a bunch of dudes that's gonna lead him down the wrong direction. They gonna make sure that this dude make it out of high school, into college, into the pros, or as far as possible, so he can to do everything they can to make sure he becomes a professional. And they send these females to do the dirty work. And these cats have even end up being married to these young ladies. And they've had like long-term relationships with them, had families and, grew growing old with them and everything. But it's a long game because these gals know they want protection, provision. You want somebody that can take care of you. And so they know how to play the game at a young age. I'd say, I mean, this is a totally different, I mean, an extreme way of doing it. But I try to say now that that is something that I feel, not that, but that young ladies, I feel that we have taught them wrong. Our kids, the kids before us, I mean, our generation, and even probably kids before us. I know my generation for sure. The women of my generation were taught wrong. Generation X kids were like, told the women, told her, go get your degree, get your 4 or 5 degrees, and then go find you a dude. Well, it's like, shoot, then we mess around and tell our daughters the same thing. But then we look back and say, dang, our daughters like in their 30s, 35, 40 years old, and ain't got no man, got no kids. Like, wait a minute, something ain't right. But you see these other women, you know what I'm saying, who got dudes and they've been married for forever. And then you look and go to graduations and you see like these young couples that's still in college got engagement rings and going to school together, talking about when they graduate and they gonna get married, start a family, this and the third. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, in order like to minimize a bunch of problems and issues that you will have trying to do it on your own, because man was not meant to be alone, what the scriptures say. And I'm thinking, well, if you are in college, you know, you a little older, got a little knowledge, trying to get the rest of your life started, and what better place to find a young suitor, man or female, than at a university? You know, not just going to school, but also what degree field they in. You know, how do they, what their grades look like, family history, structure, this, that, and the third. If you can find somebody who check off block boxes that will benefit you in the future, shoot, jump on it at an early age. It's like an investment. When you investing in stock markets and investing in companies, the best time to get into them is when they first starting off, because you do that, you go through all the risks, the ups and downs, but when it blows up and it becomes profitable, you get to reap all the benefits. But yet, if you don't invest early and then you wait till everybody knows about it and it's a profitable company and it's a big business, and then you try to invest then, I mean, you can benefit from it but you're gonna always think, man, just think if I would have invested in that company when it was a couple of dollars, $5, $10. I look at the same, I look at what's that, Bitcoin, the same way. I remember when it was talked about and it was like $7, $8 a coin at the time. And I was like, man, if I had the money, I'd put $100 in it. But first of all, I didn't have $100 to my name back then, and I didn't even know how to get into it. Because if I did, if I could have had those two variables taken care of, I would have got into it. And just look at it now. $100 worth of Bitcoin, it was what, $8 a piece. So that's what, 10, 12, 13, maybe like, between 12 and 15 coins. And right now it's $100,000. You add the zeros up and tell me how much money that would be worth right now. And you can just, you can sell a few of them, sell pieces of some when you need them to get what you want. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, early investment is always the best route. And that's including in relationships. But yeah, tell me what y'all think. I might be going off the deep on this one, but like I said, I've seen it. I've heard the stories. People have told me the stories about how young ladies, now she's not Anglo American. So, like I said, I could be, but it's a different age. I think she's half and half. I don't know, but who knows? But like I said, they will send these young ladies to these guys to make sure they keep them on track, because they got a hell of a future ahead of them. And who knows? Like I say, she could be one of them. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here. If you'd like to support us financially, you can get super thanks, super chat, super stickers, or go to the description box below. There are ways you can help support us there. Right now, you can go to marlonmorale.com and get 10% off your first purchase of all our luxury items. I promise you will not be disappointed. And still take advantage of our miniature beard kit sale, sandalwood, Senate, in the shop button below this video. We have beard oil, beard balm, and beard wash, and sandalwood is clinically proven to help stimulate hair follicle growth. So if you're trying to grow that beard to its full potential, why not use the best product on the market? And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.